How's it going, guys, and welcome to yet another video from yours truly, Axel Williams. And today, guys, we are going to be discussing the remake to Silent Hill 2. And the ultimate question that I must ask is there any point in a remake to Silent Hill 2? Yes, the graphics are going to look pretty. Yes, everything's going to look shiny and nice and tasty. But can you actually get better than the original Silent Hill 2? And the answer to that question is no. It's just a fact. Silent Hill 2 did everything right. It captured horror, it captured tension, it captured atmosphere, and the overall discomfort the player feels while playing this game. It still to this day goes down as one, if not the greatest horror game of all time. Certainly one of the most iconic. So what can the Silent Hill 2 remake actually do better? But forget what it can even do better. What can the Silent Hill 2 remake actually even do the same? I would argue straight off the bat that Silent Hill 2 is going to fail to capture quite a lot of what the original Silent Hill 2 did actually capture itself. That genuine fear we felt while completing the original Silent Hill 2, are we going to get that when we are doing the remake of Silent Hill 2, given the fact that it is just a remake of the original? Now, I've thought long and hard about the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I have come to the conclusion that this game is destined to fail. Is it going to be another lifeless, soulless remake like Resident Evil 4, or is it actually going to be quite a good game? Is it going to improve on Silent Hill 2, even if it's just in terms of certain aspects? Because if there's one thing I always felt about the original Silent Hill 2 that I didn't actually like too much, it was the overall gameplay. I would have to say that when you're swinging weapons or, shooting an enemy, it always felt pretty robotic. So I suppose that's one thing the remake of Silent Hill 2 should be able to do better, is of course make it a more smooth experience for the player. Because what Silent Hill 2, the remake, is primarily trying to do, it is primarily trying to kind of remake a game that was practically already perfect. It's like when I heard that they remade Resident Evil 4, and obviously the Resident Evil 4 remake has officially came out, you just think to yourself, why are you remaking an already perfect game? It's guaranteed to be worse. You're kind of just setting yourself up for a fall. And I know a lot of people will say, well, it's nice to play these games now when all the graphics are up to date and everything looks pretty neat. But then I've got to ask, are the graphics that important to a game? Of course, graphics are important, particularly in horror games, to feel more immersed in the experience, but I always feel like it's not the be-all and end-all. And unfortunately, it just feels like a bit of a cash grab again from these companies. For the simple fact that they're remaking games that don't need to be remade, because they're already great games. I could understand if they were absolute terrible games, and they had terrible gameplay, and everything about the game just sucked balls. But Silent Hill 2, the original, nailed everything, practically everything, in every single way. These glasses keep falling off. Stay on. But like I've been saying, guys, if they're going to make a remake of a game like Silent Hill 2, are they just going to remake Silent Hill 2, the original, scene for scene? Because in my opinion, I don't really get the point in making a remake of something just to copy the original one scene for scene, not identically. Like copying the dialogue, copying the scene sequences. I don't understand remaking something just to basically clone the original. If you're going to remake something, try and make it different. Change some of the scenes, perhaps change a couple of the monsters, change the weapon setup. Obviously keep all the best ones like the nurses and Pyramid Head, but you can have a little play with it. You don't need to actually make it a clone of the original. But in terms of cutscenes and so on, is it just basically going to be the same cutscene but with a more modern look? I think a mistake you can fall into while remaking a game like Silent Hill or Resident Evil 4 is you kind of try and recapture what was so good about the original. But this is why I don't like remakes to these games, because I look at them and whenever they come out, I saw when Resident Evil 4 remake came out, I've seen obviously now the announcement of Silent Hill 2 coming out, and I've just got one thought running through my mind every time. Well, it's more of a word actually, and that word is pointless. I think the only thing they can do is take some of the best monsters from the original Silent Hill 2 and bring them to life a little bit more. I think that's the only thing they can do is bring them to life a little bit more with the new modern graphics and so on. You can make Pyramid Head look as scary as possible, detailed as possible. Take advantage of this modern technology we now have in video games. I think that's the one thing they can definitely do with Silent Hill Remake is bring the characters to life more. I was going to mention as well, I was looking at the combat gameplay for Silent Hill 2 and the graphics look a bit weird. I don't know what it was, but I was looking at it and I thought to myself, the graphics look a little bit dry. everything just looks a little bit drained of colour. And I suppose it's because they're in Silent Hill and obviously everything's foggy and grainy and scary, so perhaps I'm just talking rubbish. But yeah, if I had to have my honest opinion on it, I am going to say that Silent Hill 2 cannot possibly be a success. I don't think it can be a success. You know, it's basically emulating off the original Silent Hill 2, which was an absolute classic in every way. Only time will tell, but I cannot see the Silent Hill 2 remake being anything other than a soulless remake. I guess I've just got bad vibes. I've just got bad vibes from this game. I cannot see it being a good game, particularly compared to the original one. And it probably isn't even their intention to compare it to the original Silent Hill 2. They probably just wanted to remake an old classic with modern day graphics, and that's fair enough. That is fair enough. But if anyone out there is expecting this game to be anywhere near the level of Silent Hill 2, in terms of anything other than graphics, you are going to be disappointed, 100%. And the gameplay should probably be better, but apart from that, you are going to be 100% disappointed. Yes, guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it anyway. Silent Hill 2. I don't think a lot of people are expecting a lot from this game. I've been having a look online at reviews and, you know, reactions to the trailers and people commenting about what they think the game's going to be like. And it does appear that a lot of people are looking at Silent Hill 2 the remake and already giving it kind of a D-. But can it surprise us? I've been surprised by games before in the past. Can the Silent Hill 2 remake surprise us? I'm just predicting the Silent Hill 2 remake to be everything that the first was. In terms of, you know, the scenes, the characters, the monsters, but also everything that Silent Hill 2 wasn't. And that's flat, dull, and soulless. Because that's everything that the original wasn't. I hope that made sense. I know what I meant. I know it's important for you guys to know what I mean too, because you're watching. I hope you know what I meant. But yeah, guys, have your say, of course. What do you guys think the Silent Hill 2 remake is going to be like? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be pants? Can it get anywhere near the original Silent Hill 2? Will it be that close to it? I don't think it will be. I cannot see it being anywhere near the original Silent Hill 2. And it's probably worth a conversation as well, guys. Remakes of games that are already considered classic, like Dead Space, Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill 2, Crash Bandicoot even. Do we need remakes to games that are already classics? Because I don't think we do. How can you improve on perfection? But that's a conversation for another day, guys. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Can Silent Hill 2, the remake, be anywhere near the original? I think I've already answered the question myself, but you guys might think differently. I'm saying no. You guys might be saying no, but you might also be saying yes. Who knows? Guys, you're probably looking forward to it, and some of you are not. I personally am not looking forward to it. I can't see it being any good. But guys, remember to subscribe to this channel. Put your comments below. Let's debate it. Let's talk about it. And of course, let's talk about remakes in general to games that are already considered classic. And see what happens. Let's see what happens. Guys, take care of yourself, and I will see you for another exciting video very shortly. Bye-bye.